are the oldest source of information. Even before the radio was invented, books were already able to provide information to people around the world. They have been an essential part of the human lives in telling stories, preserving history, and sharing information about our world. There have been various types of books. The first ever recognized books were the ancient scrolls. These are rolled-up manuscripts made from papyrus plant and ranges from 14 to 52 feet wide when unraveled. The second type of book was the book to go of the Romans. More similar to the style of books today, the Romans created some of the first codices from as early as the 1st century Common Era. The codex was more durable and compact than a scroll as it was made with parchment paper and bound with wooden covers. Information is important. That's why books are considered a necessity for everyone. This resulted to books being printed. The first recorded printed book in history is the Diamond Sutra of Mahayana Buddhism. Books in schools are all products of printing. Today, books can also be in electronic form or e-book. It is the most convenient type of book, and as long as you have a gadget, you can read anywhere you are and anytime you want. A book may change forms over time, but it will always be one of the best sources of vast information that we need. Were you able to understand the paragraphs that we have read? Let us now try to answer the following questions based on what we have read. If you have been a well reader, you'll be able to answer these. What is the source of information mentioned in the paragraph? The answer to the question would be books. Next question. What are the types of books? Based from the second paragraph, there have been various types of books like ancient scrolls, codex, modern printed books, and electronic books or e-books. How does each type of book differ from the other? These books differ in terms of how they are made. The ancient scrolls are made out of the papyrus plant. Codices are made up of parchment papers bound with wooden covers. The books that we have today are printed by machines. And e-books are made electronically and you can read them on gadgets. Question number 4. Why do we need books? We need books simply to get information that we need. As mentioned in the first paragraph, they tell stories, preserve history, and share information about our world. And for the last number, the question is, how do we imagine our world without books? It may be a vast, lonely, and ignorant world we may be living in without books. Can you imagine a world without stories about ships, plants, and animals, famous people, fairy tales, and even our own planets too? But good thing there are books, whatever types they are, for us to enjoy and read on. So, did you have fun learning our lesson for today? In our next lesson, we will be learning more about paragraph and its parts. It's going to be fun and exciting acquaintance once again, that's for sure. But for now, let me leave you with this quote from Dr. Seuss. The more you read, the more things you'll know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. So just continue practice reading. Once again, let's have fun while we learn English. This is Teacher Jo at your service. I'll see you on our next lesson. Bye!
I am Teacher Angie, and I will always be with you every step of the way. Together, we will explore the world of English. Are you ready? Hop on and enjoy learning English. Are you excited to learn more today? Me too! So, grab your paper, pen, and self-learning module, and let's start our spelling time! Can you spell withdrawal? Again, the word is withdrawal. Now, let's try spelling signature. Again, the word is signature. Can you spell account? Again, the word is account. How about accuracy? Again, the word is accuracy. Lastly, spell deposit. The last word is deposit. Are you done? Now, let's check your answers. Number 1, withdrawal. Let's spell this out together. That's W-I-T-H-D-R-A-W-A-L. Number 2, signature. That's S-I-G-N-A-T-U-R-E. Number 3, account. That's A-C-C-O-U-N-T. Number 4, accuracy. That's A-C-C-U-R-A-C-Y. And last number, deposit. That's D-E-P-O-S-I-T. Great job, pupils! Before we go further in our lesson, we need to do a little task. As you enter a class, your teacher will ask you to fill out a form. This form will help your teacher to know about your personal information. Be ready! Get your pen and paper, and let's try to fill out the sample form in activity number 1. Directions. Fill out the form below. Complete it by using the possible answers found inside the box. Use the form provided for you. What will you write for the name? Correct! Royce L. Cabrera. How about for grade and section? Great! Grade 5 Maagap. What will you write for age and sex? Good job! For age, 10, and for sex, M for male. How about for teacher? Nice! Miss Rina B. Macaraig. What will you write for the address? Very good! Catbalogan City, Samar. How about for birthday? Great! December 25, 2010. What about for country? Correct! Philippines. And what will you write for the school? Good! San Roque Elementary School. Wow! You did well, pupils! There are a lot of forms that you may encounter in your daily life as you enter offices, schools, banks, and other premises. You will need to fill out a form. So, what is a form? A form is a document with questions on it and spaces marked where you should write the answers. Forms usually ask you to give details about yourself and can sometimes contain a serial number or barcode. Forms are used in various institutions such as schools, banks, hospitals, and companies. Forms are filled out in either single, duplicate, or triplicate copies depending on the requirement set by the institution. There are also e-forms or electronic forms like Google Forms, which are widely used nowadays, as this can be filled out if you are online. You will need to have an online connection to answer one. In filling out forms, you must read the instructions given very carefully. These are common instructions in filling out forms. 1. There are forms that will ask you to write your information in capital letters. 2. There are forms that will ask you to write N/A if the items are not applicable. 3. There are forms that have a pattern on how you will write the needed information. In the given example, you will write your family name, also called as last name. Then, you need to put a comma before writing the first name, which is also called as given name. And lastly, write your middle name. If the form asks you to just write your middle initial, it means you have to write the initial letter of your middle name. The common pattern in providing your birthday. There are also forms that will ask you to write extension names like junior, senior, the third, or the second. 4. There are also forms that will ask you to put a check or a cross mark in the box. Example: when asked about your gender or sex, you have to fill it out by providing a check mark in the appropriate box. This is also common on e-forms like Google Forms. You need to tick the box in order to fill out this portion. 5. There are forms that will ask about your father's name and your mother's maiden name. When we say maiden name, that's your mother's name when she was still single. 6. There are forms that will ask you about your nationality or citizenship and your civil status. You will provide Filipino for nationality or citizenship. If you have dual citizenship, you can write it as well. For civil status or marital status, you will write if you are single, married, widow, or widower. 7. Forms must be filled out with your personal signature. This is to make sure that you provide valid information. That's why at the bottom part of a form, you will be asked to affix your signature over your printed name. While on e-forms, you are not asked to affix your signature, but instead, you will be asked to click the word Submit, which means you certify that the information you provided are true and correct to the best of your knowledge. For us to practice the given instructions, let us try to answer activity number 2. Directions. Choose the correct information given on each choice. Write your answer in your paper. 1. Which was correctly filled out? Is it letter A, B, C?